Hello there, thanks for tuning to Excel Island and welcome to the channel if you are new and welcome back if you're an existing subscriber. My name is Abatan Sheriffdeen, but you can call me Sheriff for short. And what I basically do on this channel is I share content on Excel, data analysis, Power BI, SQL, and Python. Majorly, right now I'm focusing on Excel most of the time, and also I'm live streaming my learning journey to upskill myself in SQL on the Datacamp platform. I'm currently subscribed to a 1 year subscription on the Datacamp platform. So I mainly share content on Excel, freelancing and remote work, and also become a successful freelancer and also streaming my learning journey to become a full-time data analyst. So I'm trying to upskill myself. So I've been doing this consistently on live streaming from day 11, but I've been learning for the past 33 days consistently on the Datacamp platform. And I'm doing this to build a learning habit and show up every day, no matter how little it is. So I basically live stream or learn for like 30 minutes, 35 minutes, 45 minutes to 1 hour daily. So that's generally what I do. And I'm also a freelancer. I work from home. So if you're looking to become a successful freelancer or become a 1% freelancer, the top 1% freelancer in the world, I have a course by my coach called Benga DBE. The name of my coach is Benga DBE. He has been the one putting me through all the ropes and those and those of freelancing for the past 30 to 4 years now. He has a course called the Freelance Client Management course, which teaches you how to become a successful freelancer and have a successful freelancing business. You learn to become a successful freelancer using major platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, LinkedIn, and most importantly, big remote job websites like Power, Remotive.co. It also teaches you how to use LinkedIn platform to become a successful freelancer and scale your freelancing business on those media platforms. Also, you can also learn how to use your social media account to bring your freelancing business to the next level to life. So you can check out the course in the link in the YouTube description below. I will drop a link to the course in the YouTube description, and you get 10% off if you purchase through the link below. You can check out Benga DB profile on Twitter. I also leave a link to Benga DB's profile on Twitter. You can check out his profile on Twitter, or just search for it here. Then you can check it out also with me. So my network is coming up, my search bar is coming up. I'm going to load my search history. So this is in here. So you can go check out his profile. It says highly top-rated freelance coach. So freelance skill up coach, skill African freelancer to $100,000 plus daily. You can see. So you can check out his profile. Look at his profile. Look at his testimonial. Look at his screen switch. You see a lot of testimonials from students all over the world. I'm also one of his testimonials. So you can come back to the YouTube description and use the link to purchase the course. So that's basically what I do. So let's get started. So whenever I want to take a new lesson on the Datacamp platform, I always have to review 1 or 2 weak areas based on my past learning habits. So I'll just review. We found some weak areas for you to review and practice. So I'll just do that real quick and I'll continue from where I stopped yesterday. So I'm almost through with this part of the course. I'm 70% through with this part of the course. I started this part of the course this week. Let me show you what it looks like. So I'm using the career tracks. So there are a couple of career tracks in here on the Datacamp platform. So I'm currently on the SQL career track. Sorry about the background noise. There is a home renovation going on in my compound, and I don't know what to do about that. So I'm on the data analyst in SQL platform. You can see there are various career tracks there. So I'm currently on this data analyst in SQL. Let me open that and see. You can see, so I've completed this introduction to SQL, intermediate SQL, joining data in SQL, and data manipulation in SQL. So I'm on this one called Postgre Summary Start and Windows Function. So there are also other courses under this career track. So at the end of the career track, there is a project. So I'm almost through with this part of the course. I'm 70% in. I can just continue from here also, from where I left yesterday. you're looking to start your own tech learning journey also, just dedicate 30 minutes, 45 minutes, maximum 1 hour daily. I will advise not to exceed 1 hour, because if you start exceeding 1 hour, your brain starts getting you start getting bored, depending on how technical the course is. And if you try to take everything, even if you spend more than 1 hour a day, you are likely not to remember what you've learned for the previous day. That means we are even going to be doing it every day. Especially when it comes to programming courses or technical courses, don't exceed 1 hour. Spend 1 hour. How little, no matter how little that's what you've learned for that day, don't exceed 1 hour. Then practice as much as possible. Then you can retain those knowledge. If you try to go above beyond, or if you try to go above 1 hour, sorry, you may not remember those courses, those parts. So I think I finished this fetching and ranking chapter every day, and I also promise to practice this last part of the course, this paging top, middle, and bottom thoughts. I will need to review that later. I'll need to write it somewhere. Let me write it down somewhere so I won't forget. So I'll be moving to this aggregate, this chapter 3 of the course, and we have chapter 4 here. Oh, actually, I'm here. Oh, so this is where I am, moving averages and totals. Okay, so I'm on track. So this is chapter 2 of the course. I'm actually on this chapter 3 of this part. Okay. So aggregate function, Windows function, and frames. So I've calculated this method. Also, I've taken this part of this course yesterday, and I'm able to get the whole full mark. So I just continue from here, moving averages and totals, moving averages and moving totals. Okay.
One of the most common uses for aggregate window functions with frames is the calculation of moving averages and totals. Let's see how that's done. A moving average is the average of the last n periods of a column's values. Moving averages are used in a variety of industries. For example, in sales, the 10-day moving average is the average of the last 10 days units sold per day. It's used to indicate momentum and trends. If a day's units sold is higher than its moving average, then the next day, more units are likely to be sold. Moving averages are also useful in eliminating seasonality, the normal fluctuation of units sold per day. A moving total, on the other hand, is the sum of the last n periods of a column's values. For example, the sum of the last 3 Olympic Games medals for any given set of Olympic Games. It's used to indicate performance in the recent periods. If the sum is going down, overall performance is going down, and vice versa. Let's see moving averages and the normal fluctuation of units sold per day. A moving total, on the other hand, is the sum of the last n periods of a column's values. For example, the sum of the last 3 Olympic Games medals for any
You were explaining a concept there about moving averages used in sales. So I
moving
wanted you to
average is the
elaborate.
average of the last n periods of a column's values. Moving averages are used in a variety of industries. For example, in sales, the 10-day moving average is the average of the last 10 days units sold per day. It's used to indicate momentum and trends. If a day's units sold is higher than its moving average, then the next day, more units are likely to be sold.
So if a day moving average is hold on. If a day's unit sold is higher than the moving average, so likely, okay, that's good.
If a day's units sold is higher than its moving average, then the next day, more units are likely to be sold. Moving averages are also useful in eliminating seasonality, the normal fluctuation of units sold per day. A moving total, on the other hand, is the sum of the last n periods of a column's values. For example, the sum of the last 3 Olympic Games medals for any given set of Olympic Games. It's used to indicate performance in the recent periods. If the sum is going down, overall performance is going down, and vice versa. Let's see moving averages and totals in action. The source table is the count of gold medals awarded to the US after 1980. Let's get the 3-year moving average, which is the average of medals. Let's get it to the US. Let's see moving averages and totals in action. The source table is the count of gold medals awarded to the US after 1980. Let's get the 3-year to the US.
So we are counting the number of medals. Where country is years and the medal is gold, and the year is 19 greater than 1980. Go by year, order by year ascending.
After 1980. Let's get the 3-year moving average, which is the average of medals earned in the last 2 and current sets of Olympic Games for each year. Defining the window as starting 2 rows before the current row and ending at the current row, we'll pass as input these 3 rows to the average function.
So it's years medals. So from the previous query, select year and medals, average of medal over order by year ascending, rows between two preceding. So two preceding rows. So there's no preceding rows there on the current row. So from this current row, we're going to pick 2 rows up, upper, then calculate the moving average. That is 168 plus 0 divided by 3. If you get 168, probably because there's no any calculation there. So this one is returning 168. But from here, current row, so it really pick 168 plus 77, then divided by 3 also. So this one will pick 3 rows of let's here. So rows between two preceding and current row. So that is 3, okay. From here, I should pick 89, 77, and 168. Give us the moving average.
The first moving average is equivalent to the first year's awarded medals, since there's no other value to average.
Okay.
The second row's moving average is the average of its value and the first row's value, and the third row's moving average is the average of its value and the previous 2 rows, and so on. A
Okay, the
moving
third
total
row,
works in much the same way that the moving average does.
the moving total will be 70, 168, 168. So 168 plus 77, 245. So from here, start picking 89, 3 rows. 89 plus 77.
But
Okay.
instead of the average function, you use the sum function with the same frame. Thus, the first row's moving total is the first row's value. The second row's moving total is the sum of the first and second rows, and then each subsequent row's moving total is the sum of its value and the value of the 2 previous rows. Recall from the previous video that last values frame, subclause, starts with range between, whereas the frames you've seen so far start with rows between.
Yes.
What's the difference? Range between functions much the same as rows between, with one major difference. Range treats duplicates in the columns in the order by subclause as single entities, whereas rows does not.
Range treats duplicates in the overs by clause as single. What does it mean? Let's see.
Assume that you have this table of medals earned per year. Both rows RT and range RT columns are running totals, but the former uses rows to define its frame, and the latter uses range.
Okay.
The rows RT column has the values you'd expect, but the range RT column treats the rows with duplicate values as single rows.
Wait a minute. It said
And the latter uses range. The rows RT column has the values you'd expect, but the
so rows if you're using rows here, you're saying 50 plus 10, 60 50 plus 50 plus 10, 110. 60 plus 50 plus 50, that is running total. Okay, 60 plus 50 plus 50 plus 10, that is 170. Yeah, 170. So 60 plus 60, 120 plus 100, that is 220 plus 10, that is 230. Yeah. So this last one take everything. 70 plus 60 plus 60 plus 100 plus 10. We have 300. If you change this range, if you see duplicates, you say when you see duplicates, it will treat them different. So here we have 60, 60. Let's say, okay.
The range RT column treats the rows with duplicate values as single rows.
Okay, treat rows with duplicate values as single rows. Summing them up first, then displaying that sum for each duplicate row. Okay.
Summing them up first, then displaying that sum for each duplicate row. They both arrive at the same cumulative sum.
Okay, let me listen to that again. For this range, if you use range for a running total, we have 10, 10 here, 50 plus 10. Wow, why is it going to 110 straight? It is taking 50, 50 as single rows. So it is summing them, it is summed them first and return 110, 110. So if you see this one as duplicate, as single row, it is sum them first, 60 plus 60, 120 plus 50 plus 50, 220 plus 10, 2 times. We're going to return single row for them. Oh, okay. Let me listen to that one more time.
And the latter uses range. The rows RT column has the values you'd expect, but the range RT column treats the rows with duplicate values as single rows, summing them up first, then displaying that sum for each duplicate row. They both arrive at the same cumulative sum, but how they get there is different. In practice, rows between is almost always used over range between. Let's practice writing queries to calculate moving averages and totals in the following exercises.
Rows between is better there. Range between can be confusing. We don't know how to use it. Let's do some moving averages exercise. Oh, I didn't practice my weak areas. So I have to do that after completing this lesson today. So if you want your moving average to cover the last three current Olympic Games, how would you define each frame? Last three current Olympic Games. Last three current. That should be three preceding and current now. Three preceding and current. So yeah, yeah. I understand frames concepts better now. For that. So using frames with aggregate windows functions allow you to calculate many common metrics, including moving averages and totals. These metrics track the change in performance over time. So calculate the 3-year moving average of medals ends. So calculate the 3-year moving averages of medal ends. Let's see. This is loading. So we have with Russian medals. I want to select the years and the medals won, the gold medals won by Russia from the year 1980 and above. So from this from summer table. So if you run this query now, so I run that query now. So you now say calculate the 3-year moving average of medals earned. So for me, we are selecting the year and the medals, then that is average average of medals over order by year ascending goes between 3 years moving average. So that will be two preceding and current row. Let's move 3 years down. One, two, three. 3 year, one, two, three from the current row. From here, you moving on 1, 2, 3. From here, 1, 2, 3. So that is three following. From 3 year, did you say 3 year moving average? So it can be preceding or following. So I want to guess if it's following. Let me guess it's following. Following current row. So it could be following the current year. Let's run that. So they don't want us to be three preceding the current year. Preceding them. So that's preceding. So preceding the current year. 1996, no current year, so it is going to return 36 here. But from here, 2000, 3 rows upwards, it's going to return 56 plus 36, 51. But from 2004, 3 rows, 1, 2, 3. Then 47 plus 66 plus 36 divided by 3. You get this result here. And so on like that. 1, 2, 3. From here also 1, 2, 3. So we submit that. So that's calculate it there. So we got that. Oh, okay, I said it's 2. Okay, 2 plus 1. That's supposed to use 2 here. Supposed to be 2 plus 1. So I'm doing 3 preceding and current rows. That will be 4 rows. So it is 2 preceding and current rows. That is 2 plus the current row. That is 3 rows. I made a mistake there. So what if your data is split into multiple groups spread over one or more columns in the table? Even with a defined frame, if you can't somehow separate the groups data, one group's value will affect the average of another group values. So what if your data is split into multiple groups spread over one or more columns in the table? Even with a defined frame, if you can't somehow separate the group data, one group's value will affect the average of another group's value. So calculate the 3 year moving average sum of medals N per country. Okay, let's see what that looks like. We go to the summer medals table. We want to select the country, the year, the country, and the medals won by countries, group by country. So I run this opacity. Then we have a hold up. Okay, I'm selecting my S completely. I run that query. So we have the year, then the country, go by country. We didn't even die by country. But we have the year, the country, we have Ghana. So we have the same country, sha. So we have to group it by country again now. So calculate 3 year moving sum medals for each country, grouping it by country. So partition by country. You can say select the year from here, select the country, select the medals, then sum. That will be some medals, some medals. That will use the capital letter medal there. Over partition what? Partition by once you group it by country, partition by country, order by year ascending. That is 2 preceding. So you want to do 3 years. So 2 preceding, that is 2 years. 2 preceding and current row. to, then if I run the code, let's see. So now we have grouped it because we are partitioning by countries. We need to show our result by each country's medal. So the sum is this one has one moving what? That's the move sum total. That is the moving sum, or the very moving and we say moving total. Because move 26 summing 1 plus 1 give us 2 here. So 1 plus 1 plus 1, we have 1 here. Hold up. Okay, this is another country. So this is another country entirely. So we partition it by country. So we have Afghanistan here. Let's go to Algeria here. You can see it clearly in Algeria here. You can see Algeria sum here. So Algeria sum is from here like this. You can see so we have 2 here, 2 be written here. But 2 plus 2, 4 here. 3 plus 2, 5 plus 2, 7, 7 here, and so on and so forth like that. If I submit it, then that's a simple calculation there. We got that correctly. Oh wow, so I just completed this chapter. I'll wait it later. So I've completed, I have only one last chapter here. Oh, pivoting. You know, like pivoting on pivoting in Excel or Power BI. Oh, let me practice my weak areas today. Let me go back to my learning dashboard. So I completed that chapter. So I'm only having one chapter left under the course. And I think it's kind of cool. So in a week, I'm completing a whole full course completely now. If I can keep it up, I'm likely to be completing 2 courses in a week. But I don't want to rush it now. I want it to come naturally to flow. The flow should come naturally. If I can complete more courses in a week and I understand it very well and I comprehend it exactly I'm supposed to comprehend it, then there's a lot one can learn in a span of 2, 3, 4 months. If you are doing it every day without missing a day. So that's the goal. So let me practice. So I'm 80% to the course, just 20% left. I want to practice these weak areas. I'm trying to stretch my face there. So let's practice some of this. So I can just select the code to return the output. So I'm waiting for it to load fully, but let me continue with it like this. The ID 9349440953452. Okay, case date, and then the waiting. Case when home ID is this, then when home ID is this. So this is wrong. When home ID, select ID date. Case when the away ID, now they are waiting. Away ID is 9823. Then buy money. When our ID, we are seeing different ID here. Else order and as home team. You can see as home team, we're having a waiting here. We're trying to waiting. Home team is definitely this one. Else null and as a waiting. Uh, I'm pretty sure it's that. But the ID they are mentioning here is not part of the ID here. And why is that? I use the end as clause to quickly get the results. But the control idea is almost the same thing. The same thing. The filtering criteria is the same thing. And the limit here is 5. Limit is 5. Limit is 5. Well, let's continue that. So Italy's country code is 10257. So which season have been identified in this case? So I think I've come across this before. I can't. So how was the case statement used in the output as a percentage or a category? In the output, how was the case statement used? Is the output a percentage or okay? How was the case statement used as a question? So is the output a percentage or a category? Oh, so select dates. This is wrong. You're selecting zip code. So this is the answer. Because this one selecting date, we don't have date here. For zip code here. Case when maximum wind is greater than 15, then 1 else under. So this is an average calculation. Definitely that. So the average European mean is 178 centimeter with a standard deviation of 10 centimeter. Which players are one standard deviation taller than the average? Okay. Select player name, height, height category. The average European male is 178 centimeter with a standard deviation of 10 centimeter. If players are one standard deviation. Okay. The player name, then the height. Case when, definitely case when height is greater than 188, then tall, I was not tall in the height category. So the average is 178, the standard deviation of 10. If player are one standard deviation taller than the average. So there's a calculation going on there, but I can't figure that out right now. From players where the height category definitely okay, where the height so the end of height category where the height is greater. So let's check that. Cool, we are correct. Okay, this is like 10 times 8. This is like 10 times 178. Giving us is 178 centimeter. So can you see use a case statement to create a cross tab? The following query compares player attacking rates to their preferred foods used in soccer matches. Soccer matches. How will you do this? Let defensive work rate. Case when we count. Case when preferred food is equal to left. Then player ID. Then it's going to count the player ID as left. Uh, case count. Case when the preferred food is equal to right, then it's going to count the player ID for that as right. Let's check that. Oh, cool, we are correct. So day 34. Let's go. Let's go. Let's review this data manipulation part also. Let's practice this section also. Wow, I didn't feel any section in that weak areas. That's cool. I'm getting stronger in this daily. So how was the key statement used? Is this output to percentage? Oh come on, I did this earlier now. Can you use the nested subquery in form to extract the two hottest ones from a data set of weather in San Francisco? So right is nested subquery in form. So in form, okay, let's give it a shot. So select MO mean I form. So select MO from here and the mean I. So this is definitely an average calculation. So from then select come here from weather, definitely from weather. Just click that in. Oh cool. That was pretty straightforward. So case statement can also be nested just like if else statement in our Python. How may you set this up in SQL? You also nest case statement just like if else. This I need to pay attention here. Case when the home goal is greater than the away goal, the home win. When home goal is equal to the tie. When the home goal is less than the away goal, the win. Then this should be when, then, else, and then end as. So this is definitely not correct then. So that will be case when the home goal is greater than the away goal, the home win. When the home goal is equal to the away goal, and tie. When home goal is less than the away goal, then we want another case when then end. Then this should be ended. Then end as. Let's check that. Oh, cool. I got that. So this one to confuse. You're trying to. So this one was saying when the home goal is less than the away goal, then that is away win. You get it now. So they now bring in another case. It's like a case in country with next like if else. So now be another case here. Case when home goal minus the away goal is less than two. Then less than two when home goal minus home goal is greater than equal to then plus two, probably plus 2 points. And so I'm now ending the case statement here. Understand that, but I need to practice that one more time. So how many columns in the outer query were referenced in the context of query? I think I've come across this one before. This is the answer here. Let the code return the output. ID, awaiting, date. I did this earlier. So this is the answer. This is the because they're waiting. Else, no, enders are waiting. So they're waiting result here. So day 34, you are good to go. Oh, what's up with my network today? This is pretty bad today. Just reload the page. Okay. So if you're looking to start your own freelance career also, do not forget to check out the course STM by Benga in the YouTube description. Let's just review these last 4 areas for today and we'll come to the end of the live stream today. So then the code that will generate this error. Come on, this is like the beginning of SQL. These are simple SQL, just like selecting data. Oh, now I won't forgotten this. So which line is always executed first? So it's the from clause from films limits to. So there's a way SQL work. Even if you write the query, if you are thinking to selecting a title first, this there from film limit to no. That's how SQL could work. It will be selected from films limits to two. Select title this there. This is from field that will be executed first before that. You see? So that SQL is tricky. What part of this query does not conform with only wells? That is the keywords are not capitalized and boom. Cool. So a round of applause for myself. So So guys, thanks for staying to the end of the live stream. And I'd love to let's end the live stream here today. Tomorrow I'll be finishing the last chapter of the course. Hopefully tomorrow or Friday is Friday or Saturday. We're finishing that part of the course and I'll move to the next course in the career track. So thanks for staying to the end of the live stream. I'd love to end the live stream today. Now, because of the background noise, I don't feel comfortable or it's going to be making my live stream to look odd. So thanks for staying to the end. And at least I've achieved more than 30 minutes of learning today and practice also. Thanks for staying to the end. Don't forget to check out FCM in the YouTube description. You can click the link to check out Bengali's Big profile and check out his profile and see a lot of testimonials from students like me and past students also. Also, do not forget to support the channel by using the affiliate link in the under the YouTube description. You can also support the channel by subscribing and giving this video a thumbs up. And peace out. I will see you tomorrow also. Also check out other videos on the channel.